Hello everyone, this is the Noob Gaming Dude, and I'm going to show you one of my games that I had when I was streaming. This is my Des Moines. It's my first tier 10, it's also my favorite as of now. I do have the Space Camel Iron, it's the permanent one, and this is my highest damage game ever across the board, so it's pretty fun. I'm just going to show you what I did and why. So I'm moving into position of that island up ahead because it provides a very easy, I can shoot easily over it, and I will be hidden from enemy ships. So I just have to wait to get up to that point. There is a CV in this game. I'm not too worried about it. I was mostly praying that the CV just wouldn't come over to me, because if he spots me when I'm sitting behind that island, I will be broadside, so everything could shoot at me. And I was just hoping that he wouldn't come over, and I think he only comes over once or twice throughout the game. We spot the Montana, which of course HP perk, because why wouldn't you HP perk? Seriously, don't do it. Never HP perk a battleship or a cruiser. Don't do it, it's a waste of 3 points. DDs are like the only things, DDs and carriers are like the only things you should ever use it on. So I'm in position now, and I'm just waiting to rain death and destruction down on everybody. Just waiting for something to get spotted. We only have one DD, so spotting is limited. But I'm not too worried about that. I'm just gonna rain death and destruction upon my enemies, and as many of them as possible. As you can see, this position is very useful, as you're not spotted unless planes come over or there's DDs on the sides, so you can just comfortably sit here and just farm. I already have 30k, and it's only been like 3 minutes, so it's a good start. Focusing down the Yamato because he's one spotted and he posed the biggest threat to me. I see that Georgia pushing up, so that's why I go forward a little bit so my back doesn't hang out and he can spot me. And then I move up more so I can get my guns over to fire at that Georgia because he's kind of close to me. So he's the biggest threat now, and so I start focusing him. But there's not really any spotting, so he goes dark. But I know pretty much where he is, so I take a couple more shots. And then he's spotted again, so just rain down death and destruction. I'm trying to not, like, have my guns not be firing, so I'm firing as much as possible at every target I possibly can. That Yamato is backed up so far that he's pretty much out of my range, and I try for one more shot on him. And at this point, I'm just trying to figure out targets. Yeah, I asked for intelligence data because I need some, obviously. And then I start hitting this Georgia again because he's the next one spotted. And now he starts moving forwards, so I re-aim. I switched to AP here because it looks like he's going to get broadside. And I mean, the Moines AP is really powerful. This one, yeah, here we go. 7,000. Getting some good damage. Des Moines AP really hurts. Let's try to do as much damage as possible. Switch back to HE because I can't quite see the Montana fully, and I want to start some fires on him. And then I see that Salem, and I'm like, oh, hello. Do you want me to pump you some Citadels? So I load AP, and I get a couple volleys off. And I'm of course rewarded with really good damage and a Citadel. Just spreading the love as much as possible. This position has worked out really well for me. There's a lot of targets to shoot, and I feel safe doing it. So far, the enemy team is ahead on points, but the kills are even, so it can still go either way. My team is in control of 1 cap, and the enemy team is in control of 1 cap. But it seems like my team is losing A as the enemies push through it. But I need to keep shooting over here to try to get some of these ships back to port. At this point, I've done 120,000. I have truly been a thorn in these guys' side. I see the Georgia on low health, so I know I need to target him to get the kills. I accidentally hit the throttle too many times and go far forward, way further than I wanted to go. But it's okay, as we do manage to get the Georgia. Well, at least, you know, help in his destruction. And then we start shooting at the Zhao, because he's showing broadside, and, well, you know, you want to shoot Zhaos. Well, you don't want to shoot everything, really, but... And now I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do. We're still even on kills, and the enemy team has more points. But they're in control of no caps at the moment, though they are capping A, and it will be flipped shortly. Our team is trying to cap B. And at this point, I'm like, yep, I need to come and help. I need to go to B to help out my team, because everybody's retreating in this set, so I'm not needed over here anymore. I see the Salem, and I'm looking for shots, but he goes undetected. This Montana's in range, but I decide not to shoot because 1, he's going to go out of range very soon, and 2, that'll just get me spotted. And now the enemy team pulls ahead on kills as well. Though we have been able to take B. At this point, I was just going to move closer so I can get into firing range of those ships again. So I'm moving to the island that's right by B, and I'm looking for the best shots. That guy's low, so I know we need to target him. I'm just looking for the right time to start shooting. And I think that's now. I'm about to go into cover behind the island, and nothing is looking at me, so I feel safe shooting here. Because we need to kill this Salem. Yamato pops back up, but his guns are nowhere near pointed in the right direction, and so I stop right here. Montana's in full retreat, so I only get a couple shots at her, and I realize I'm going to have to move forward once again. But as I look on the mini-map, you can see that there's a battleship and a cruiser coming in from A, and their path seems to be flanking around B. So I notice that, and then I come forward here to get more shots on the Montana. But I am paying attention, and I do notice that those guys are, in fact, coming over. And so instead of chasing these guys, I decide I'm going to turn around and start working my way back up the island to defend against the Bismarck and the Buffalo. Neptune goes down, and at this point, it looks like we're going to lose. I thought we were going to lose at this point, and so I just decided I'm going to try to get as much damage as possible and try to clutch the game. I'm just looking around. I don't want to get spotted and accidentally present a lot of broadside to the Yamato and the Montana. So I'm just keeping an eye on them, looking where they are, making sure I'm at least somewhat in a decent spot as I turn around and make sure no one's shooting at me. If someone were to shoot at me, I would have hit the throttle for forward because I have legendary Des Moines, and I probably could have prevented myself from getting absolutely deleted by showing broadside. So the Bismarck looked like he definitely is coming over. I thought he was going to turn away here because if you look on the minimap, the last known location, he started to kind of turn, and there's two cruisers now capping B. Now at this point, I really wanted to go into B to prevent the cap, but I do notice that one of my cruisers is going into it, so I was hoping that he could do it for a little bit longer, and I know I needed to kill the Bismarck without getting cross-shot by the Buffalo, and I can't show broadside to either of those, so I stop here to do a 1v1 against Bismarck, and, well, it takes a while, but I do eventually get him. Buffalo hits me once, good shot, and I just nose in and bow tank this Bismarck because his guns can't really penetrate on my bow. Keeping myself angled and shooting him with AP right in the upper belt and the superstructure because that's where it will do the most damage. Switch to HE because he starts angling, and I don't know where his shots are going. He's either super bad at aiming or RNG just said no. But I know I can definitely win this fight. I don't want to back up too far here because I don't want to present broadside to the Yamato. So I just keep angling, and I know I need to go forward here, and I get the kill. At this point, I know I need to move forward and retake B and kill those cruisers. Buffalo goes down, which is good. At this point, it seems like we can win. I should have gone directly into B here and capped it, but I was feeling like that was going to be a bad idea since the battleships are over there and they would have decent cross shots on me, even though they are behind an island right now. And I didn't quite notice until I was already over here. And I was like, might as well just go around this island. Because I also wanted to sneak attack the last cruiser, so I wanted to come from an unexpected angle. Pop Hydra here because I suspect he was dropping torps, and yep, there they are. Those are never going to hit. Slow down a little bit to make sure I don't put myself in a sticky situation, and then move forward again. And there's the Malfi. Have AP loaded, because whenever I rush, you always have AP loaded, regardless. Unless you're a destroyer, then you might have HE. But you're relying on your torps there, not your guns. But anyway, gonna start just shooting this in Mouthy. I do make a complete mess of this, by the way. I miss a bunch of my shots, but I do a good chunk of damage there, and then I realize he's gonna angle from me, so I need to switch to HE. And his smoke is working against him here, because I can radar him and have vision, and he can't see me. So this is working in my favor immensely. He looks like he's gonna turn broadside again, so I load AP, but I'm not quite in time because he starts angling back. And then I load HE once again. I don't go into the cap here. I should have. Dumb mistake by me. And this is where I make a complete mess of it. As he starts to shoot me. And this is really sad as I angle against trying to dodge these torps. And I was kind of confused why that didn't kill him, but whatever. But I get the kill there without too much damage. And so I go into the cap here, because I know we need to at least prevent or take the cap back. At this point, I was like, huh, this looks pretty good. It looks like we can win this. Only 2 ships left. I'm probably going to be able to take this cap. I'm going to shoot at this Montana a little bit, because, you know, we need to kill him. We're ahead on points at this time. And I was hoping our Midway and our Montana would be able to kill that guy. So I turn away and start trying to find that carrier. Because I know that carrier is going to keep decapping me as much as possible. And it was going to get really annoying. So here he comes. And at this point I decide they can probably kill him. And so I turn away and go hunt the carrier. At this point, I was looking and I was like, they're equal in health. He should be able to take that Montana at least down in a ram. I put too much trust in my teammates, never do that, so I leave the cap and I try to go and find the carrier. Because I know if I kill the carrier, then all our team has to do is just kill the Montana, and that will be game over. So I leave the cap and immediately spot the Midway and start shooting the Midway. I was typing in chat, I'm gonna go kill CV and just stay alive, because we can win this if I kill CV, and if both of them, either one, stay alive and kill him, or one just rams. So I was hoping that's what they were gonna do. And it looks like they were going... I should have turned back here and checked on my Montana to see what's happening, because if I did, I would have noticed that, well, it seemed like they might die, and I could have turned away back to the cap. But at this point, I'm right in the middle, and someone says in chat, ram, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. That's not for me, for the other Montana. My friendly Montana, but, well, he dies, and then I'm like, yep, we're screwed, we're not winning this. This sucks. We would have won if I had stayed in the cap, and B, just let the Midway come to me. Even if I was not capturing it, I could have contested, and we could have won this game. But unfortunately, the enemy Montana was able to kill our friendly Montana, and that sealed the fate. And I was hoping here that the CV could kill him, but there's only 20 seconds left on the clock, and, well, we all know how this ends. He gets AA Defense Expert, and I'm feeling at this point really, really sad, because I know there's no chance of winning. And as the clock ticks down, I regret my life choices as a... and that is game. Here's the battle result screen. 30, well, not 30. Jeez, what am I talking? 317,000 damage, 452 hits, 26 planes, 1 implication, 3 destroyed, 12 fires, 7 citadels, 4 secondary battery hits, and 2 spider ribbons. And unfortunately, this is a defeat. But I did good XP as I got 200, gosh, I can't speak today. Holy moly. 2,215 base XP on a defeat. I feel like that was pretty good. Top of my team, obviously. I was really hoping that our friendly midway would be higher up on the uh, leaderboard because, I mean, he was the only other surviving teammate, and I would have expected him to do more. So I was pretty sad to see that. I got more base XP than everybody on the enemy team except for the top two. So I was feeling pretty good about that, as that's not the easiest thing to do. And so with that, I'll see you guys later. Well, if you liked the video, subscribe and leave a like. It really helps me out. And if you want to come and watch my streams, I stream on Twitch. That's where this happened. You can see more games like this. I don't know if exactly like this, but good games. It's not like I'm a terrible person or a terrible player. So you can come support me on Twitch. I'll leave links in the description. Thank you and goodbye.